And the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament Cup is heating up as Riho faces off Julia Hart. Welcome back to the action here tonight in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's May the 3rd, and making her way to the ring now is the former TBS champion and member of the Hounds of Hell, Julia Hart. Julia Hart is a two-time national cheerleading champion. Although she certainly stepped away from embracing those roots and joining a darker side, if you will, Julia Hart has managed to gain quite a bit of success and is one of the most improved performers since making her debut back in 2020. From Bloomington, Minnesota, she weighs in at 149 pounds and stands in at 5'7". Julia Hart just recently defeated Jamie Hayter in a coffin match a couple of weeks ago at AEW Collision, and now she's trying to progress forward in getting more opportunities for the championship. So she's got an extremely high chance in getting a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. But here comes Riho now. She is a former AEW Women's World Champion. In fact, the very first AEW Women's World Champion. From Shinagawa City, Japan, she weighs in at 99 pounds and stands in at 5'1". Riho is 27 years old and has been active in wrestling since 2006. Julia Hart, 23 years old and has been active since 2019. So this will be another impressive victory for Julia Hart if she can beat Riho here tonight. She's already beaten a former AEW Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter. So if she manages to beat Riho, there's a high possibility that she is on her way on becoming a future AEW Women's World Champion. Off the ropes now. Oh, sweeps Riho off her feet there. And now goes straight for the knee now, taking down Riho. Riho is no slouch either. I mean, the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. She has wrestled the likes of Hikaru Shida, who will be facing off Mercedes Moné in the main event. But she's held multiple championships in the Ice Ribbon Federation in Japan, as well as DDT. But Julia Hart started off with her embracing her cheerleading roots, but came to a point where the cheerleading roots, if she didn't ditch it soon, she was going to get eaten alive in AEW. Used to be the valet for the Varsity Blondes, which was Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. But once she ditched them and joined the House of Black, which is now the Hounds of Hell, she had a complete shift in her career, and the Varsity Blondes just disappeared. Beautiful takedown there by Julia Hart, using amateur takedown there to roll Riho over her shoulders. Oh, look at here, hip toss. And here's the cover now. One kick out there by Riho. Riho is quite small in stature compared to Julia Hart, but make no mistake about it, Riho is an impressive superstar. Right hand there by Riho. And again, trying to knock Julia Hart off of the ring apron now. And now look at this. Oh, what a stunner there. And down goes Julia Hart. The rope just literally wrapping around the neck of Julia Hart. Tie up now. Oh, slams Julia Hart's head into the ring apron there. Julia Hart now firing back those shots. Kick to the gut there. Julia Hart gets back into the ring. So does Riho. And the action's back in the ring now. Until Riho just Irish whipped Julia Hart to the outside. And she lands face first on the floor. Riho now going to the top. And now, oh, look at that beautiful hurricanrana from the top rope to the outside. I'm sure Riho would love to become AEW Women's World Champion again. A championship held by Toni Storm, who at Double or Nothing will be facing off the former Women's Champion Mariah May in a rematch from AEW Dynasty, but it's a no-holds-barred encounter. Julia Hart going to the top now. What's she going to do? Double axe handle. That lands on Riho there. What a slap there by Julia Hart, but Riho ducks from that knife-edge chop. Beautiful springboard crossbody there. Here's the cover. 2 kick outs by Julia Hart. Still to come, we have our main event as Mercedes Moné, the TBS champion, plans to advance into the Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament as she faces off former AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida. As well as we have Hook going face to face with Mark Davis, still to come. Riho now, crucifix, and down goes Julia Hart. Riho now stomping on the lower back of Julia. Riho goes up top now. What's she gonna do here? Oh, went for that double stomp there off the ropes, and Julia Hart swoops Riho off her feet yet again. Tried by Julia Hart, kick to the gut. More kicks to the kidneys there, and then just throws Riho to the other side of the ring. Julia Hart now, forearm smash, and again. Tie up by Riho, whips her into the ropes. Oh, beautiful arm drag there, and there goes Julia Hart. And now look at this, oh, Northern Light suplex. Here's the cover. 1, 2, oh, but Julia Hart, just before the 2 could hit, reached for the ropes. Riho cannot quite believe that. Stomping on the lower back there of Julia Hart. Into an arm wringer now. She's just stretching the arm out of the shoulder socket there. Went for a knee drop there, but Julia Hart moves out the way. Sweeps the legs again. Oh, that split leg drop there by Julia Hart over the chest of Riho. Now look what's going to happen here. Riho gets to her feet. Oh, what a senton splash there by Julia Hart, and Riho rolls to the outside. Julia Hart now waiting for Riho to return to the ring. Riho now back into the ring now. Waistlock applied there by Julia Hart. Oh, backbreaker there. Now Riho Julia Hart to the top rope now. Look out here. Oh, moonsault, but Riho moved out the way. Kick to the chest there by Riho. Riho now going to the top rope herself. What's she going to do here? Oh, that double stomp to the gut there. 1, 2, kick out by Julia Hart. And Riho is still in disbelief. Julia Hart now rolls to the outside. Riho now launches herself through the ropes, landing onto Julia Hart, and Julia Hart is down. Oh, look at it. Oh, beautiful head scissors there. Flying head scissors by Riho. And Julia Hart now is in trouble. Maybe Riho is a bit too much for Julia Hart here tonight. Oh, Julia Hart's head collides with the steel turnbuckle post. And now Julia Hart is getting counted out. Riho is still in the ring. No, she's going to the top rope. Oh, what a beautiful splash there by Riho. But Julia Hart moved out the way. And now Julia Hart is planning to take advantage. She brings Riho back into the ring. And now look out here. She applies the Heartless. That modified Rings of Saturn. And Riho has given up. Julia Hart has beaten the former AEW Women's World Champion. That is 2 former AEW Women's World Champions that Julia Hart has managed to vanquish this year alone. And she advances forward in round number 2 of the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament Cup. What an incredible match by both women, but what an incredible performance by Julia Hart. And I'm sure for Julia Hart, the only way is up for her career.